Hey, I'm back for another October zine review. I have so many more to get through in this horror paranormal category that I might just continue on till whenever I finish. It's my favorite topic, so we'll just keep going with it. So I have three by two different authors. I have I Don't Like the Dark by Pixel Glitch Art, and it's a mini zine. And then I have Ghosts and Ghosts 2 by Carrie Tervo, and it's obviously a little series. I don't think there's a Ghost 3. I so wish there was a Ghost 3 though, because I love these. But let's get started with I Don't Like the Dark, because it's a little mini zine like the ones I was talking about last time. But the thing that these three zines have in common is that they are all nonfiction. These are personal experiences of the authors with the paranormal, whereas last episode it was all fiction. So yeah, so they're personal experiences, and this first one, I Don't Like the Dark, is about childhood experiences. Ghosts has a few of those sort of stories too. But this is when you were a kid, if you ever had trouble falling asleep and you would see like figures in the doorway or in the shadows, that's what this is. I don't know if that's common for everyone, but it reminded me of something that happened to me as a kid, so I really enjoyed this. And I'll get to that story at the end, maybe. So there's no really art in either of these. It's all pretty much story. So this really feels worth it, like you're getting something, even though it's only a few pages, because it contains a really good story for you. I enjoyed it. But the next one, Ghosts and Ghosts 2. Ghosts was written in September 2014. Ghosts 2, September 2019. It's past September 20... Wow, what year is it? 2021. I wonder... I'll have to check. I don't think so, though. I wish. I didn't even get these for my October reading. I already had these, and reading all these spooky zines reminded me of them, so I pulled them out. Oh, I love these. The really nice thing, actually, about all three of these is I can see myself reading them over and over and over, especially in October. It'd be nice to come back to. I really enjoy. So these are both have several stories in them, and Carrie is such a good writer. I really enjoy her writing style. Very enjoyable, spooky reading. But this one is the best. This is the shining star. I love this. I love it. It has 4 stories. The terry cloth portal, the school bus, the uprising, and someone to watch over me. And then I also really liked at the end, there's this section, a guide for skeptics, and she offers explanations for what might have been happening if you don't want to believe in the supernatural, which was kind of interesting. And then she goes into that, believing and not believing. But I like how she started it as well. She wrote the paradox. These are some of my personal experiences. I don't believe in supernatural experiences. She goes on, and then she says, I don't believe in these things. These things happen to me. I cannot explain these experiences. Nobody can, yet. So that's really great. I agree with that. I really feel that. And one of the reasons I liked this was because I had several experiences in my life which were kind of similar, especially the school bus, which brought back memories of something that happened to me that I had not thought about in a very long time. Something that literally haunted me for all my childhood. So that was really great to read that story. And that's one of the reasons I also liked... That's one of the reasons I liked I Don't Like the Dark. I Don't Like the Dark. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Anyways, you get the idea. I liked this because it reminded me of something that happened to me when I was a young kid, when I was about 4 or 5. So it seemed when I was a kid like it would take me forever to fall asleep. Like I would be just staring at the walls and the ceiling for hours. I don't know if it was actually hours, because when you're a kid, you can't really tell the passage of time that well, but that's what it felt like. I was lying there for hours in the dark, trying to fall asleep. And this one night, I looked over to the open doorway, and it was dark, really dark, but I saw this man standing in the doorway. And he was just standing there, staring at me, not doing anything. But what was really creepy about this man was that he had a bandage tied all around his head, and it was kind of covering one eye. And it was a really, like, grubby, dirty bandage, and his clothes were kind of old-fashioned. And when I would tell people about this afterwards, I always called him the soldier, because not long after this happened, I saw there's like a famous painting of the Revolutionary War soldiers, and one of them has a bandage wrapped around his head, and it was kind of similar. So I always called this guy the soldier. I don't know if he was actually a soldier. He just had something really, really wrong with his head that it had to be all wrapped up in a bandage. And he wasn't doing anything, though. He was just standing there, staring. So I obviously went under the covers and, like, completely covered my head and waited for him to go away. Very scared, lying under the covers. And finally, I came out, and there was nothing. There was no one in the doorway. But I was pretty convinced I'd seen a ghost. And I mean, we could explain it like in Ghosts 2, in her guide for skeptics, and just say that it was my imagination, or I was really dreaming and I woke up and there was nothing there, or it was just the shadows playing a trick on me. Yeah, we could explain it any of those ways. I'll never know, I guess. I accept that. And he never came back. The man, I never saw him again, so it was a one-time thing. I'll never know if he was a soldier, what he wanted. And I'd tell you my school bus story, but it's kind of long and kind of strange. So that's my thoughts and my little story. You can get ghosts at Sweet Mayhem Zinery on Etsy, and like I said, pixel glitch art for I Don't Like the Dark, but you'll like the dark when you read that. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So thanks for watching. I hope you check those out. Make sure you should probably get all 3 together if you can. So they're kind of similar, and it'll be a fun reading experience for you. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.
If you see this ghoul, play it cool.